Hey, there we go. I'm echoing. Cool. There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, welcome. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is March 1st, 2019. Welcome back to my live stream, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. You know what I didn't get? There we go. Right, today's March 1st, right? March 1st. I'm trying to find my calendar, right? March 1st? March 1st. It didn't reset. That's fine. We'll take care of this real quick. How's everybody doing today? I see a lot of folks in the chat room, and I've got a couple things I want to update folks on. I've got my Xamarin University hat on. I want to make sure I share that because I want to talk about all the .NETs today. I want to talk a little bit about everything because it's important to me that we recognize and we celebrate not just .NET Core, not just .NET Framework or ASP.NET, but we talk about all the different .NETs out there. C#, the cloud, the mobile, Visual Studio. There's so much great stuff out there. So how's it going, chat room? There's Mike Eaton. Good morning, Mike. Wait. I've got to wait. Let me finish greeting everybody, and then I've got an idea. Hey, Rambling Geek, good to see you. Hugo Dahl is here. Mike Jolly. We've got something to share from Mike Jolly here in a second. Brandon's here. Hey, Brandon, good to see you. Oh my gosh. Starting things
the right way.
Yes, indeed. Wow. Thank you so much. And I see a couple ghosts there in the cheer cup. Those are normally anonymous cheerers. Let's do this. Let me see. So Brandon's here. Good morning. Rhinoceros Rex. Hello. Auth Zero Bobby. We've got something to share about Bobby here in a second. Ancient Coder. Good afternoon. Smab is here. Hello. Janescu. You always watch Fritz and Friends in the buff.
Good morning, everyone.
You always watch us in the buff? I don't know. Electric Havoc, thank you so much for that kind cheer. Oh my gosh. You aren't kidding, starting things off the right way. Good morning to you. Let's see. JP Toto. Hello. Oh my gosh. Can we get a shout out for JP Toto there in the chat? And what the hell am I doing? Hang on. I got to do something here. Stop the press. Stop everything. If I had a needle scratch sound effect here, I would do that real quick. I don't have a button to do this from here. What in the world? Who? What? I got to do something. Pardon me for a second. So it's a little known fact. I'm going to out you here for a second, JP. JP and I have been long time friends. And there we go.
.NET Foundation Board self-nomination process started. Me smiled.
It did, DevLead. You're absolutely right. Let's get things running here in the right way. We've been long time friends. My gosh, we went to college together. We were getting into trouble together at college. I remember stopping at a bar on the way to class, having a couple beers, and then continuing on to class. We worked our first couple jobs outside when we left college together, and we were a terrible influence on each other. Terrible influence.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's right, George. We were. And he's doing some amazing things. Check him out. You got to make sure you follow him on Twitter. Drop him on follow on Twitter. An anonymous cheerer. Thank you so much for that. Very kind cheer. But I want to get JP on the bandwagon here. We absolutely. Oh no! Isn't it going to read it? Come on! Thank you, Fairy Wings, for that very kind resub. Thank you to our anonymous cheerer, Dev Lead, for the 100 bits. All of those cheers, the resubs, we will make donations to Black Girls Code for those. Thank you so much. But Dev Lead's right. We need to talk about the .NET Foundation. Let me put that on my rundown here. Still learning how Twitch works. Follow along. We'll have fun. It'll be great. Oh no. Keep an eye out here.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Mini Burger's here. Be very, very careful around her. The trolling's about to get epic. So let's see. Robert Tables, you've got a work call. I need a lurk command. We'll have to work on that. Daniel Silva, hello. Such purple. Lots of purple today. Absolutely. Lots and lots of purple. Smokeless. Why isn't it reading the resubs? Thank you so much for that kind resub. We'll make another donation to Black Girls Code. Doesn't read it unless it's 100 bits. See, I'm a little bit more controlled on that mini, but we're not going to be that way. We're quite friendly here. We're very family friendly. You don't care. Okay, fine. And I'm not sure where the chat went. It does that sometimes. Let's head over to the tight shot. There we go. We are at 5,546 followers here on Twitch. If that number gets to 7,000, I will dye the beard purple for Microsoft Build. It needs to get to 7,000 before May 1st. Yeah, I love the gritty emotes, right, Smokeless? So there's 10 emotes that you can get right now as a subscriber to the channel, and gritty just happens to be one of them. Yeah. So there's a couple things I want to run down here real quick. DevLead, you nominated yourself. There's a lot.
Actually nominated myself.
Yeah, it's very easy for anybody to nominate themselves. Let's go to the .NET Foundation page. Let's show that off. .NET Foundation. I think that's where it is. There it is. .NETFoundation.org. .NET Foundation is available out there. This is a organization that's sponsored by Microsoft and a number of other very large organizations, software companies that you might know, and you probably do know. And they've shifted to an open membership model. There are, where is it? Here we go. The technical steering group includes folks like Red Hat, JetBrains, Unity, Samsung, and Google. There's 3 members of the board of directors right now: Miguel Diacaza, Scott Hunter, and Oren Novotny. You might have heard of Oren. There's a group of folks that are running things. There's an advisory council. And they are taking nominations. They are taking elections right now for the board. They're going to turn over the board. There's going to be 1 member from Microsoft on the board, and the members are going to be able to vote for who should be controlling the .NET Foundation and the steering of the group. Yes, that was a on the roster there. Yeah. So folks can nominate themselves. These are folks that are contributing to open source projects that benefit .NET developers and hopefully the ecosystem at large. So check it out, .NETFoundation.org. You can sign up if you've contributed in any way to a .NET project in the community. You can sign up and become a member of the foundation. But I believe they're focusing primarily on projects, Microsoft projects. Microsoft's the wrong word. .NET Core and the other open source projects that Microsoft is managing that drives .NET. And they start to make that more open source and something more that the foundation is steering. You're going to see a lot more engagement and growth from the community there. All right. So there's that. Let's talk about PowerShell. Well, we've done PowerShell, yes. We've done some PowerShell here. Cake is a member of the .NET Foundation. Yep, there you go. So that's a .NET Foundation project. Folks that have contributed to that are eligible to become members of the foundation. There is a paid, Yes, there is a meetup subscription that groups can sign up for and become a part of. Let me get some music playing in the background here before I go on to our next bit. Today I feel like playing... you know what? I'm wearing a lot of purple. Let's play purple. There it is. This one takes a little bit to start up. There we go. The Sam Call 2009. Oh, we're going to have a great time today. I hope you stick around. We're going to write some code in just a little bit. Let me see. The other updates I wanted to talk about. We have been growing our Live Coders channel out here. And this should have updated. If you go to twitch.tv/team/livecoders, if you go there right now, you're going to see this ugly mug. But there is a list of 23 folks down the side here that are all tremendous live coders that we've vetted. They're all at least affiliates here on Twitch, and they've got tremendous content for you. There's a link to the Live Coders team just below me here. I encourage you to click through, check it out, and throw a follow or two to some of these folks over here. They've got tremendous topics that you might be interested in, whether it's me talking about .NET, C#, and ASP.NET, Potato Quality talking about PowerShell. Steve Smith, our Dallas, is going to show you different ways to build using lean techniques and be very efficient in how you're developing code. Rambling Geek, thank you so much for that kind resub. 7 months. Oh, man. JP Toto, worst live coder. He's lying.
Do it!
And then...
Do it live!
And trust me, he's pretty good. Sushi Codes. We just added 5 new members yesterday to the roster, including Sushi Codes, who she programs stuff for the web. You got to check her out. She also, on the weekends, she cooks. And she'll teach you some stuff that's not development related that you might be interested in. Codeman Codes is here. Hello. Hopefully 24 soon. Oh, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Adrian Hall's here. He's going to teach you all about... he's working on Go right now on his stream. There's James Montemagno. Later today, you'll find him talking about Xamarin here on the team. He'll be on Twitch a little bit later today. There's Rambling Geek and Robert Tables. They're in the chat room right now. Francesca is here. She's working on Node projects. Node Botanist doing IoT. This is one that I'm particularly happy she agreed to join us. My Multi Extruder. Check out My Multi Extruder. She's got 2 industrial strength 3D printers with 5 extrusion nozzles, 5 extruders, and she's building things with the 3D printer live on her stream. You gotta check her out. There's Auth0 Bobby. He just joined us yesterday. And the last one on the list, and I'm going to shuffle this list every couple days, is Ninja Bunny 9000. I think she wins the award for the coolest handle. I mean, some of us have got some pretty cool handles here. Rambling Geek, Code Rushed. Those are pretty cool. C# Fritz is not too bad if I say so myself. But down here, Ninja Bunny 9000, she's programming with Python and DJing and doing all kinds of really cool things. So check out her stream if you want to learn a little bit more about Python. All right? So we're expanding. We're growing the team. We're going to build out the team page here. And I've allocated a group on GitHub. And we're going to slowly add all the folks from the team into the organization. But I'm going to have some of the requirements that we're looking for to add people into the team. And these aren't the requirements for us to endorse and kind of say, yes, these are other great live coders. They're not strict. I think the only strict thing is we want to make sure folks are affiliate. But they're things that we want to make sure we end up having a rich community that's encouraging folks to learn, that's upbeat and wants folks to grow their careers. So this is going to be github.com/livecoders, and you'll see a couple projects come online here, including requirements and some other requirements for membership and some other information that we as a team do to not extend our influence. That's a bad way to describe it, but to encourage the technical community. So keep an eye out for things that are happening in both those locations. We had been working on the Stream Deck Toolkit. There's a number of things going on here, and I want to let this sit for a little bit. I want to come back to it in a day or two, make sure that that it's stable, that folks that are contributing things here, they all get through, and that we're in good shape before I resume on it. And I think we'll come back to it on Tuesday. Added a ton of new streams last night. Twitter blew up with invite announcements. Yes, absolutely. And there's a lot of good developers on that team. And I spoke to some of the OG streamers. I'm certainly not the first streamer. I'm not the original live coding streamer. I think I've done a good job with it. And I want to make sure that we recognize and encourage other folks to join our community. I don't think there's an upper limit to folks that we add to the team. I want to make sure that everybody who is doing a great job out there, who we can encourage and we can support, has a place and they can join us and get a little bit of recognition, I think. So, yeah, Gary Park's been working on a stream. He's growing things over there. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, why isn't my chat loading over there on the side? You're making me sad here, Stream Elements. Is that going to load now? Are we going to see things over there? Hello? There it is. All right, now we're going to get it. Good morning, Ganesh. Good to see you. All right. And Rambling Geek just resubbed with Twitch Prime. I mentioned that already, didn't I? All right. Let's move on. Let's get into this. Let's talk a little bit about our projects and see what we can build. Let's see what trouble we can create. Right, Svava? What mischief can we create today? Lots of mischief. Oh, lots. All right, so let's go over here so we can see the code a little bit better. Look at all that nonsense in that tip glass. Dear Lord.
Thanks for creating the team at Sharp Fritz. You're doing awesome stuff for tech streamers.
Thank you very much, Brandon. I appreciate that. I want to make, and there is no, I want to make sure that folks understand that I'm not running down the stream team with blinders on. I had a meeting yesterday with there were 6 of us in the meeting, and I wanted to encourage everybody to have a voice in how we grow this team. Chat died again on stream. What the heck? I think Mini Burger did it. Pretty crazy that glass, but chat vanished again. I don't get it. Right? What's the deal with that? I'll refresh it again. There it is. There's the stream chat. 2+ overlays, one for chat, one for the other, maybe for bits. So they actually encourage that, right? They kind of push and say, well, here, do these. So let's see what happens. A bit like failing builds this morning. Oh, no. Oh, no. Everybody hates failing builds. Couldn't bit troll, so I learned to code just to hack my system. Oh, Mini Burger. Hang on. Oh, Mini Burger. How's that? Is that good? Somebody clip that. Oh, no. Here's Fierce Kittens, too. All right, we're going to write a lot of JavaScript today. Let's see if I can scare her off. We're going to write a lot of JavaScript today. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great and exciting. Thanks so much for joining us, and let me tell you how much I don't like C++. Is she still here? Is she still here? Can I troll Fierce Kittens that bad? The likelihood of this is about as high as Fritz being beardless. Yes, that's right. I have a majestic beard. You got to check out, let me tell you, hang on. Let me throw a shout out there for Fierce Kittens. And let's put another one for Gary, right? GEP13. Make sure you check out Gary Park there. That's Twitch, not Twitter. That's right, Twitch. I'm sorry. So So last night, FK is bearded now too. Is that clipped? Last night, our friend Fierce Kittens there was on a stream with Talk Custom being interviewed, and a tremendous woman. Check out the VOD. If somebody has a link to that, I'd appreciate it if you could drop that in the channel. It was really, really cool. We're on a new month. Yes. So that also, I should mention this, that also means that we're going to extend our bits for bytes for March. We're going to start. And if we look at, we still have to get Auth0 Bobby on. We have to coordinate and make that happen. I think we've talked about a couple ideas here. It's going to be amazing. But we need to lock down a date for that. But I need to announce that Mike Jolly, you're going to be doing the next pair programming with us after Auth0 Bobby. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Michael Jolly. There was a tremendous number of bits that came in there with absolutely no shame. My gosh. Thank you so much. And of course, all of those bits we're going to donate to Black Girls Code. So, Michael Jolly, I'll be reaching out to you. I've been slacking with Auth0 Bobby, but we're gonna get this down, and we're gonna have both of you on in the next few weeks, and we'll pair program together here live on stream.
For this epic stream and stream dream team, say that 10 times fast. D less than 3.
Thank you so much, Gary, for that very kind cheer. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Yeah, look at all those .NET bots in the hype in the chat. Absolutely. All right. D less than 3. I know, isn't that weird? Robert Tables.
For the team.
Yeah, for the team. Oh my goodness. I got to get into code here. That is now each member has a variety URL as well. What? What? Auth0 Bobby, where did that... Are you kidding? Is that a thing? No. No. Okay. Auth0 Bobby, that is really cool. So where does livecoders.dev go? Just right to the root. And it goes right here. That is tremendous. That is tremendous. Now I'm duplicating. Tremendous. Now I'm duplicating. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Whoa. Whoa. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know who these comedians are, but that's not me. That's somebody else. These comedians are, but that's not me. That's somebody else. These comedians are, but that's not me. That's somebody else. Okay. Enough fun with that.
Wait, what, Robertables?
Oh my goodness.
Do while bits greater than have bits sad bits.
Oh my goodness. Electric Havoc and Carrie, thanks so much for those cheers. Benefice. There you go, 9 months. Tremendous. Thank you so much for that sub. We'll make sure that we make a donation to Black Girls Code for that. And MechJack, welcome. Thanks so much for that sub. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. That's tremendous, Auth0 Bobby. We gotta talk. That is amazing. You had that idea this morning. Yeah. Start singing "Row, row, row your boat." No, I'm not gonna go that far. That's a little. If you are on the Live Coders team page, you have a vanity URL. That is phenomenal. Wow. So, can we tweet that out? That is very, very cool. Thank you so much for setting that up. Okay, so yeah, Hugo asked the question, are you using the API for that? And the bot didn't quite respond properly. In fact, why is it giving me a 34% certainty? we tuned that, and it shouldn't be outputting things that low. And that's what I want to work on today. I want to spend some time looking at the bot, tuning it, and looking at some of the capabilities, and making it a little bit more accurate here. We are code-based, and we've been having a little bit of fun here while we get into it. Why isn't my time? There's my time. All right. The epicest. It is. It's quite epic. Okay. So, the bot right now does things like this sentiment analysis, the number of viewers, and over here, the number of followers. It isn't the bot. It's the same project. It does all of those things, and it's sitting inside of a repository that I have called fritz.streamtools. And we've been working on this project on and off for better part of the year, slowly adding features. Was that change merged into the live bot's code? It was. Just tried your vanity URL. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got to share that. We've got to get that around so that everybody knows it's out there. That is tremendous. I thought I did merge this with my live bot. So I manage everything for my bot in this tools folder that you see here. Let's take a look here. So I have a bunch of commands. I have nameplates that I had written out for folks that I actually don't use anymore. So I could delete those. Let's see here. Let me go into run. So run is just calling against Fritz Gallery, Azure CR, fritz.streamtools. So it should pull the latest. If I do a docker ps, it'll show me the list of containers that are currently running. And I've got a couple out here that, they've been running for a while that I don't need right now. Let's get rid of those. That's one Charlie and Charlie 6. Shut those ones down. Thank you. Let's clear and let's look at that. Okay, so here it is. This is Fritz Registry, Azure CR. This is my Fritz Stream Tools project. It's not telling me what version number it is. And I feel shame. Let's look at Docker images. There's a lot of images here. That one and the 191 are actually the same. And actually, look at this. The image ID is the same for latest 191, 113.8. Well, these are the versions that are pushed out into the repository. I'm going to remove that. They're all the same. They're all tagged the same, so it shouldn't be. Time for a Docker image cleanup. Yeah, you're right. So how do you clean up those images? Right? How do I say get rid of all of these? There's like a Docker prune, isn't it? No, Docker prune isn't a thing. I thought, is it Docker system prune? Docker RMI image name. Well, that's how you do them by hand. WQ Walter, thank you so much for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. I didn't think it was Purge. I thought it was like Docker system something. Docker image prune. Is it Docker image? Not images. Prune. Let's move that over so you can see. Help. Remove unused images. Fantastic. I will. Go. Goodbye. Yep. Almost 400, more than 400 meg. That's a lot. It didn't remove that many. It didn't. I mean, it removed a lot of the. No, it didn't remove these older ones. These Fritz Registry ones. I want to, like, get rid of them. The only rids you of orphaned images. Right. S&B. Thanks so much for that resub. Yes, go team. Absolutely. Docker system prune will clean up all the things. So I didn't see system in the list. Show Docker disk, display, remove unused data. All right, let's give that one a shot. Docker system, not rune, prune. What do we got? We'll remove all stopped containers, all networks not used, all dangling images, all dangling build cache. Goodbye. Didn't reclaim anything. Renaissance Tinker Dork. Welcome. Good morning. Now you're in here twice. How do you do twice? And thanks so much for continuing that sub, Brandon. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Man, I don't want to have to go through and say remove on each one of these. That's really annoying. Right? It's like, right? If I did Docker RMI, is there a way to say remove everything but? No. Docker image prune dash a. Let's try that one. Docker image prune dash a. Yeah, go. Ow. Come on. Delete. And all the Docker images screamed out in the night in pain. Where are they going? I don't know. They're going somewhere. Ooh, wow, look at all that. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. 10 gig reclaimed. Hochi mama. So what did it leave me with? Just the one that's running. Nice. So let's do this. I'm going to stop that. Let's stop that one. And I have a command here called get. Just go get the latest. Make sure we have the latest. That our latest is the latest. It is up to date. All right. That's weird. I'm going to open another command shell and kick that off. Stream, tools, run. So it should run the latest version that I have out there that does have that command. You'd need to PowerShell that up. Nah, I don't want to do that. Oh my gosh. You feel a great disturbance in the force? Hang on. I can help with that. I can help with that. I feel like... That's the wrong one. Hang on.
I feel a great disturbance in the force.
How's that? Is that good? Gotta split, do some work. Take care, JP. Have a good one. You can see, struggling with things like Docker is kind of the norm. Lannon, 7 months going strong. Thank you so much for that kind resub. Wowie, wow, the sub train is strong today. Woof. Woof. And Bob Tabor's here. Hey, Bob, good to see you. So that's cleaned up, and I want to work on getting these numbers. The sentiment I think is in good place. I want to look at how some of those things that we reach out to Azure and interact with. I want to take a look at those because I don't think they're behaving quite properly, and I want to share some of these features because we haven't seen them run in chat in a while. And I think some of the folks that haven't been here since we built them are going to be like, "Holy crow, that's pretty neat." I might actually impress someone. Who knew? Johan, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. 10 months! 10 months! I'm gobsmacked. Thank you so much, Johan, for that. And gosh, I want to make sure that we shout out to Banifus there for 9 months. Banifus has been around for a long time, and we've celebrated some of his tremendous career achievements, and we're excited. We're happy for him. And Banifus, I hope your job's going well. It's as if millions of bytes suddenly went silent. Yeah, something like that. Maybe. New month, new subs, absolutely. Gosh, and we're actually kind of close to unlocking another emote. I have 3 emote slots I need to figure out what to do with still. And I love the ideas. that were hanging out there for a lurk emote, a .NET bot holding a raid sign, get out of here I think is cool, and a cool .NET bot with sunglasses. I'm definitely doing the .NET bot with sunglasses. I'm thinking that we have, if I zoomed in on the .NET bot's face, hang on, let me show you this. Let me do this for a second before I show you the code. All of the swag for the .NET Foundation and images, including the .NET bot, are out here on GitHub. These are free for you to download and modify and do fun things with. So there is the .NET bot right there. What I'm thinking is if I square off the bot and put a cool pair of like Oakley sunglasses, very Dr. Disrespect sunglasses on him, right, with a little gleam in the corner, I think that would be a very cool emote to share here on stream. You just got dothething.dev. Robert Tables, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Any suggestions for a case for the Stream Deck? You travel a lot and don't want to just throw the Stream Deck unprotected into the backpack. Doc Brown's sunglasses. Oh, Hugo, that's perfect. All right, I got to work on that when we're done here. I use... Shoot, my case is downstairs. I use a case that was intended for a webcam and a mini tripod for it. Another case that I would recommend is actually... I would use something like this. I would use a Nintendo Switch case because it's about the same size. And when you collapse everything down, it fits in at about the same size. Right, so there's my Switch. And let me grab one of the Stream Decks, right? And there's the Stream Deck. They're about the same size, okay? So I would suggest checking out a Switch case, or like I said, a little case that you use for a webcam. And this was a case for a webcam and a mini tripod, and I think it has worked out very well for me. It's got a couple of straps inside of it. The Switch case has some straps to hold it in place as well. You're jelly. So other folks that are coming online that are live coding streamers, let us know, and we'll take a look and see about adding you into the live coding team. Had one of your names refunded by Namecheap and gone premium. Ooh. Oh boy. So I want to show you a little bit about the chatbot and some of the features that we have built into this. So in addition, you've seen it kind of mouth off with some of the commands in the chat, where it's particularly the Q&A, and that's wired up to the Azure question and answer service, and it's measuring the similarity of your question to a question that I have out here on my wiki. Hey, that's me. Go there, do the thing. Thank you. So I have a wiki out here. You probably didn't know this because I don't talk about it that much. And here's my frequently asked questions. And all of these questions are loaded into Azure Q&A service. In fact, as I update answers here, it gets reloaded into Azure Q&A service. And then the bot uses these to respond to you. So that's out there. But there's other things that I want to be able to do with this, and I want to be able to tune the interaction with that. How many hats do I have? There you go. Captain Salt. It responded appropriately. I should count at some point, so it's an actual real answer. But I do have a lot of hats. A lot of hats. I have a tremendous amount of hats.
A nutless monkey could do your job.
Len! Take it easy over there. All right, let's get back into this. I'm talking about hats, Len, all right? So there's a bunch of different commands that are inside the chat bot that we can fire off. And there's things like our sentiment in there that's analyzing all the things that come through chat because it's trying to figure out, how to respond to the different things. And that's where it's calculating this number. And you saw Len and BR work with me on this. And it was a lot of fun when we built and set up that initial sentiment analysis. But did you know we also have an image descriptor command? That when folks post a link that has an image file name as the end of the URL, it'll report using the Azure image service what that image is. Now, for some reason, this hasn't been behaving properly. It hasn't been correctly responding and telling us what the images are that folks post. So, chat room, can you help me out? Let's do a little bit of testing before we go in and start tinkering with this command. Can you go to somewhere maybe on Google Images or Bing Images, or maybe to a website, a news website, find an image, grab the URL for that image, and drop it into chat, and let's see if the bot is going to properly report what that image is. Because I want to be able to detect. I want to be able to detect if it's right, if it's adult content, and give a little bit of a description of it. So there you go. Hugo posted one in there, and it's not doing anything, right? It hasn't responded. I don't see it actually going through and handling this. There's one from Johan, there's one from Gary, and, right, who's that profile? I know that guy. So what am I using to detect the image, asks Rambling Geek. So what it's doing is it's matching on the command text, on the text that's being passed in, it's using this URL check to see if there is an HTTP something.png, .jpeg, .gif to determine whether or not to show something. Yeah, see, it's not going to pick up on that URL from Rambling Geek, but we'll come back to that one. Now, it's also not showing me anything in the log, and when we originally put this together last year, we didn't add any logging information here. A truly fierce kitten. Uh-oh. What's that one from Robertables? Oh my gosh. Rawr! That's fierce. That's fierce. What do we got from Auth0 Bobby? Oh, look at the duck. Where's Fairy Wings? Fairy? Where's Fairy Wings? Hang on. Let me see if I can find her. Paging Fairy Wings. Paging Fairy Wings. Fairy Wings to the C# Fritz channel for talk about rubber duckies. Thank you. Don't you need $1 at the end of that regex to stop someone passing in scaryfile.png.exe? Maybe not $1, but maybe a space. Those are enterprise rubber duckies. Sorry, Fairy. At least you didn't get sent rubber duckies in this state. So if for those of you who haven't seen Fairy Wings stream, can one of the mods drop a shout out to Fairy Wings there in chat? !SO and then Fairy Wings. Fairy Wings received a box of 100 assorted rubber ducks yesterday. Yesterday, the day before. And it was quite the troll. Oh my gosh, Fletcher Codes. Thank you so much for the host. Is that a rate? And rating, no less. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us, Fletcher Codes. And Raiders, thank you for joining us. My name is Jeff Fritz, and I'm looking at rubber duckies. No. We're going to be writing some code on stream. We're taking a look. We have our bot that lives in chat right now, and you'll see it pop up called the Fritz Bot. And you can see it there shouting out to Fairy Wings. What we're doing is we're going to check into a feature that we added where it's supposed to be detecting what these images are and writing a description of the image into chat so that folks know whether or not to click through onto an image or click through to a website and get some information about what that is before blindly going through. So, do you get a choice? Yes, we did this. We did this to you, Fairy Wings. I'm so sorry. But I can tell you.
But what I do have.
I do have.
Are a very particular set of skills.
I have a very particular set of
Skills
skills.
I've acquired over a very long career.
A very long career. That makes me very old, and that makes me very wise, and it also makes me very cynical. Recognizing other scripts. What do you have? What's that, Om Ganesh? Hack 5 have USB rubber duckies. Well, that sounds interesting. Screenshot by Lightspot. By Lightshot. What's this do? Okay. I don't know what that is. Neat. So what I want to do is I want to wire up the debugger. I want to take a look at some of the images that we're posting here in the chat and figure out why isn't it responding? Why isn't it finding these images and interacting? And it's cranky. Yes, it is. Renaissance. Tinker Dork. Oh, look at the follows. 33 ASR. Thank you for the follow. The Great Meeks. Thank you for the follow. You're helping us get to our Rainbow Beard Challenge goal for Microsoft Build 2019. If we get to 7,000 followers before May 1st, I will dye the beard rainbow for Microsoft Build. And Fletcher Codes, thank you so much for the follow, Fletcher. What are some of these emotes? They're amazing emotes. So we have the Ninja Sloth. That's an Azure thing with the C# logo around his neck. We've got the surprised squirrel because he's not only distracted, he's surprised. And then Gritty. Gritty's the Philadelphia Flyers mascot. And I'm from Philadelphia. We like Gritty. Don't mess with Gritty. That Zach Davis, not this Zach Davis, that Zach Davis likes Gritty too. And take it from Zach, all right? So I've also got the Octocat with a rainbow beard. I've got Clippy with a rainbow beard, the .NET Bot. Yeah, it is the best emote. Instagram, that's one that we should whitelist to come through. Commie. Thank you for that kind tier 1 sub. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. So chat room, I'm going to ask you to help me out. I'm going to start debugging the bot here. You fully approve the Clippy emote? Thank you. See how, Fletcher, I like how you're zoomed in on Clippy's eyes. That's what I think I need to do with mine. By having the full body of Clippy, you can't recognize him. Mike Eaton! Holy crow. 5 gift subs for the chat. 5 tier 1s. Congratulations, Hassam Call, Codes from Home, Said How, Tim Baudet, and Big House 50. You've just received a gift subscription, and we're going to make a big donation to Black Girls Code. Oh my gosh, Mike, thank you so much for that very kind set of gifts. And congratulations to all those folks in the community that received a gift subscription. That is tremendous. Tremendous. Are you the only one who pronounces MJ Eaton's name as M. Jeaton? No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. Hang on. I've got a good sound effect for this.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
Mike Eaton, short of ZZ Top, is the only person I know who has a bigger beard than me. Talk Custom has a pretty big, majestic beard. His is wide and thick. But as far as length, Mike Eaton, you cannot compete with, okay? He's got it somewhere down in here. All right? It is tremendous. Do not taunt Mike Eaton's beard, or else
You're about to get a serious beatdown.
you will. You'll get a serious beatdown. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Many cool things in his streams. Revertables, like convertibles. Yeah, absolutely. Leo Moracchioli. He does heavy metal covers. Long beard. Okay. I'll have to check that out. All right, let me get back into here. So I want to debug the image. I want to debug the image detection. You'd love to change what here? Okay. And actually, while we've got Mike here, and we've got you talking, the username, yeah, go ahead, change it. I think that's a fine idea.
And then?
Start join somebody for a stream.
And then?
Write some code together.
And
let me know. We have a common friend who's really into testing that I think would be tremendous to have join us and talk about and maybe even help us write some integration tests that integrate nicely with our DevOps pipeline. You might know him quite well, and I know that some of our friends from the Ohio area will know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say him by name, but because I don't want to implicate him, but I do want to say that I really want to extend an invite to our testing friend who now lives on the West Coast, the only person grumpier than Mike Eaton.
And then?
Maybe he'll join us. So I don't know. I think it would be tremendous to talk about quality assurance and testing, because he's a fantastic expert on the topic, and I think we could all learn something from him. Now, speaking of quality assurance, I'm going to wire up the debugger here so we can start taking a look at why this isn't working. So the first thing, all of these commands all inherit from an existing interface called iExtended command. And inside of the bot, it loads up and it finds all of our command objects and uses dependency injection to configure them all, so to make them all available for us. He's in Columbus next week. Ooh. Okay. Too chaotic. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to hearing from you in the chat room. If it's not too chaotic. Huh? See what I did there? All right. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here, and let's start this thing up, and we'll look for some more images there in the chat room. Did Fritz get a Twitch developer swag when visiting Twitch New York City? No, I did not. I've already got lots of Twitch developer swag, but I want more. All right, so there it is. So it's running, and you can see the bot running over here. So there was an image, and okay. So here's our first problem. It didn't even trigger inside of this can execute, right? I'm not getting here at all, which tells me something. Process chat message. So I need to walk up the stack now, and let's see where else this runs. So when chat messages are received, this on-chat message event handler is triggered, and then it tries to process the chat message. So the sender is a chat service, and then it comes down through here, and it says handle extended commands. So this is when it looks and says, all right, look at the list of extended commands, and for each command in the extended commands, make sure that we have a command name. Can it be executed? So let's put a break here. And let's look at another image. Can somebody paste another image link there in the chat? There we go. Fantastic. All right. So I know what chat service is. That's a reference to Twitch. My message arguments, here we go. There's the message. So it is that image from Johan. Fantastic. Thank you, Johan, for helping us out here. So it's going to check and make sure the extended command's not null. And when I look at the list of extended commands, there's my image descriptor command. That's in the list. Good. Okay. So we should go through that list of commands. Is string is null or empty? Command name. All right. So that's this one. Can it execute? Does it end with the question mark? So that should drop out immediately. Okay. So the next one is hyperlink. Well, that was a hyperlink, actually. Stop the press. So that does execute. Well, there we go. But it should pass through. Oh, no. It does a return on here. So it's going to exit. It's not going to continue. So command's too fast. It's going to decide whether or not. And then it's going to execute and try and figure out, well, this is the second half of this. It's going to try and figure out what the title of that is. And then the after execute sets, here's the last command time. So it basically handles the cooldown mapping. And then it's going to return command.final. No, it isn't final. Well, I don't actually want it to return that. So it's now exited, and it's never going to get to the image. So there we go. That's what we're going to run into. You can do tests, but would love to learn more. If you can get them on, do you have a scheduled day for special guests? Yes, I do. Thursdays are when I try to have guests on. What you said earlier. What did you say earlier, Smab? I'm sorry. I must have missed it. My apologies. What do we have here? Very adult content. What am I thinking? I can click through. Something is consuming the entry before this command can fire. Yeah, you're right. Yep, that's exactly what's going on, and it should pass through. So command.final is on the hyperlink, which is the next one that I wanted to look at. Right, the .final property is false, which means it should be allowed to pass through. So looking at this, looking at the bot, what I'm thinking is we should only return out of here, right? We should only break if final is true. I'll have to watch the VOD as I work on Thursdays. Okay. Yeah, there'll be, you'll see my schedule will fill out with some of that information as I plot the events. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say if command.final break. That way it exits the loop if it is the final command, right? Because there are some commands that we don't want you to continue processing. And yeah, let's give that a shot now and see if it gets to the image. Building. This is something we should be able to unit test, you know what I mean? Be great to be able to write a test to go with that. And here we go. So now it is configuring the image descriptor command. All right, can we get another image in the chat room, please? How's it going, Andre? Good to see you this afternoon. There we go. What do we got? All right, so we're into the can execute, and the full command text is ancient coder, how are you? Well, for my image, that should not execute. And here comes the next one. So we are getting to the image now. There's the image. So I'm assuming that's going to be my profile image. Assuming. This image URL. Yep. All right, so it captured that. All right, so it is saying it can execute. So is the command too fast? So that's fine. I should not return false. I feel like I should. Now, if it is too fast, we should bail out. All right, command execute. So now it's actually going to do the description of that. Let's see if it actually returns something. Did it return anything? A man wearing a hat and smiling at the camera. Huzzah! Was Gary's image. All right, so I'm going to turn these off and let it roll. Oh, baby. Screenshot of a video game was Hugo's photo. Let's see, what was Hugo's? That's not a video game. Johan's was not authorized. So that's interesting. And who was the 400? Hey, I know that guy. Cool. That was a whoopsie. All right. A bridge over a body of water, says Johan. No, that's not right. Well, it's at 44%. So now this is interesting. So here we are again. Now, chat room, help me out. We're just maybe there's something we can tune here. As this is coming through, it ensures we get a positive status code. If it's adult content, we don't like adult content here. Hey, that's too racy. Fairy Wings and Mini Burger, don't you try and mess with my image detector here. I know you're out there watching. Leonardo da Vinci, is it going to find that one? Now, that one might have gone a little bit too fast, Hugo. It's still running. I'm hoping it finds it. But that's that's the Mona Lisa. It should report the Mona Lisa. Hey, Clark.io is here. Good morning. Great to see you. Can I get a shout out for Clark.io in the chat, please? He's another member of our live coders team. Are you going to be working on some Visual Studio Code goodness today? Paging Clark IO. Paging Clark IO. Make sure you check out his stream a little bit later today. Thanks so much. We don't like adult content here. Fantastic. All right. That has a hash URL in it. Interesting. You're right, it does. That could be messing with it. Yeah, so make sure you check out Clark IO. That was a picture of a cat, says GEP, says Gary. Let me see. Interesting. And that one said that it was adult content. No, nothing. That's not adult. So here we are again. This was the same thing we talked about yesterday with when it's answering questions. Clearly not adult content. And I'm waiting for some of our creative friends to figure out that they can start monkeying with this. Oh wait, Mini Burger's not here. Did she leave? Oh, good. All right. It does look like an adult cat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's interesting that the Mona Lisa link that Hugo has for us didn't land. A close-up of a metal object. That's a really cool metal object is what that is. It's not bad. So... exactly, fossils. That's where I'm going, and I think we should talk about. Hey, MC. Oh my gosh, Lazy Space Sloth. Thanks so much for the follow. Forcer. What was that one? All right, I'm gonna make sure that was not adult content. What do we have here? It's from Wikipedia, so it can't be that bad. No, that's not adult content. That's a hurricane. That's fine. Mona Lisa in a black shirt, says Hugo. Aren't most Mona Lisa pictures of the Mona Lisa in a black shirt? Just saying. Is that technically adult content?
Throw me a frickin' bone.
Come on, Robertables. These are some really great pictures that you're sharing with us. Let's do this. I think you're right. We need to take a look at some of the percentages here and tune this. If the description is at low confidence, maybe we don't respond, or maybe we put something that says, I don't know what this is, right? Because we have this confidence, right? When the machine learning algorithm looks at the image, it generates a confidence percentage. And I'm formatting that, as you can see right here, when I output the information. And right now, I'm checking if it says it's adult content, send the message. Hey, this is adult content. We don't like that. So it looks like any non-alphanumeric characters might be throwing it off. Could be. Could be. That looks like a good link from Forcer, but I don't. Yeah, a test could be written. We could help that out a little bit. Thanks so much for joining us, Renaissance Tinker Dork. Hope to see you again. Yeah, absolutely. Always welcome. Everybody's welcome to join us here. We're nothing if not goofy and welcoming.
And then?
We encourage people to write code with us and answer questions in chat, right? That stumped the bot. Can't stump the bot. Can't stump. Oh, I can see why that would stump the bot. Yeah. Interesting. All my crossable parts, you get it. We do embrace dad jokes. There were a couple dad jokes on Fairy Wing stream yesterday that had me rolling. It was crazy how good they were. Nah, I don't think it's OCR on that. Let's take a look here as this comes through. So vision description adult is adult content. I thought there was something else on here besides just is adult content. Oh, there we go. Adult score. So I think I want to say is adult content and vision description adult. See, there's is racy content also, and that's down a little further. But where was it? Racy score, adult score. Right? If I say that's greater than 50? I'm just making up a number here to throw in there just to see what it says. Right? Let's take a look at what that is. ML is similar and similar is fun. Started using ML.net a few days ago. Yes, Forcer. I want to spend some time with ML.net as well. Are there definitions of what adult racy mean? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, rats, I closed my browser. Hang on. Stand by. No NASCAR photos. I see what you did there, Ryan. I see what you did there. It's confusing. Is the ML gonna kink shame you? No, it's not. No. Nudity versus suggestive. Look at that. It took the VS and thought it was Visual Studio. Not quite right. All right, let me take a look at... Let's get another image or two in there so we can take a look-see. It's not going to kink shame you. More and more I look at that like, what? What? All right, let's do this, that. Okay. There we go. Mech Jack. Okay. I'm going to grab Gary's image there. Let me repost that in. All right, there it is. So vision description. So here's what it found. Adult. Adult score is 0.84. Is adult content true? Is racy content true? What did you give me there, Gary? So this image, right? If I go back over here to Visual Studio, right? So the cat image under adult is at 84% adult and true. That's messed up right there. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, right? I want to crank up the adult score here to 0. Let's say 0.85. So that's an 85% match to say, yes, it is adult, and we're this confident. We're really confident that it's adult content. What's the keyword text for that image? I don't know. That's a good question. Let me restart it here. All right. I'm going to click through and see what that link from Forcer is. That's a great image, Forcer. That's a really good image. Repost that image, Forcer. There is no keyword. Restrained? Mr. Estranged. Mr. Estranged. Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. That's a cool image. That's a really cool image. It is not adult content, so it shouldn't even get into the test on that. Is it racy content? False. If we look at the numbers here next to me, you can see it's at a 0.3% adult, 0.4% racy. Okay, we're good there. And that should come through and say, Matthew Lillard et al. Around each other. Yes, because you know what that image is? Hackers. Love that movie. Such a fun movie. What if it's a picture of Scunthorpe Harbor? Oh, not this question. That was a thing. All right, so here's our next one. I believe this is from Gary. Is this adult content true? What's the adult score? 0.84. And that's that. What is that image? It's that cat. But it's right there's. Yeah, it's But because I cranked it up to 0.85, it's not going to say it's adult content. Oh, but it's marked as racy. I feel like I should crank that up as well. This is adult content false. And the description for this one is Yasmin Bleeth. Is this... Who gave us this one? What image is this? The image you're... So fossils. give us this image. Okay, this is a good image to test racy because it's a photo from the actors from Baywatch. So if I go back to the adult, that's a very good one. Thank you. So the racy score did go up, but it's not adult content. 0.1% adult content, but 11% racy content. So letting that go through, right, that's okay. Now, what's this one? This one's false. Person standing in front of a building from Johan. Is really bad TV show. Yeah, The Simian, it wasn't too good. Let that one through. That's... Oh, the remote server returned an error. 404 not found on whatever that message was. Interesting. All right. What's this one? False. Let it go. Close-up of a man holding a sign. So here's what I think we need to do also. I think I need to handle this 404 not found error. This is on the HTTP title command. All right, that is over here. We'll take a look at that one. It's the reading on the side that looks bad. Okay. Lewd. See, this is where I think Mini Burger should be here because I know she's... If you're on any of the crafting streams and you type the command on the crafting streams like Fierce Kittens or Fairy Wings or Quiltoni, if you type the command !lewd, you'll see Mini Burger pop up. And it's... Not here, MC! That doesn't work. Group of people sitting at a table using a laptop computer. Oh, is that from Sneakers? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to put some error handling in here around the next command that I want to look at, the HTTP page title command. Did you see the image from Carrie? No. Where is it? Which one was this? .NET Bot Doc. Ha ha! That's pretty good. It's Doc Brown meets Dr. Disrespect. All it needs is the mustache, and it's very Dr. Disrespect. What was that one? I need to log these things too. Close up of a man holding a sign. That's racy. That's racy. Which one's this one? So that one looks fine coming through. Yeah, I'm going to put some logging in here so I can see what's coming out. What the heck did you just alt-tab into? Fierce Kittens. So what we've got, and I think you'll appreciate this. So our friend Fierce Kittens, quick story, she runs a bot called GIFbot. And GIFbot will put all kinds of funny GIFs on screen. You see when followers and things happen. Little animations pop up next to me, but you can fire commands in Twitch streams that her bot is running in, and it'll activate and play all kinds of funny images on stream. And if you've seen her stream, you know it's dangerous. Don't let Fierce Kittens post images. So what Fierce Kittens did, while there was somebody who was a very nasty troll coming around the community, she started logging what that person was doing with the bot. So what I'm doing, not quite the same, is I'm taking images that people submit and bouncing them off of Azure Image Detection, Image Vision Service, and outputting the description of that in chat. M. Holloway24, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime subscription. You're going to get to use our 10 emotes, and we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Emotes like the .NET Bot. There you go. SMB is showing it off there. So, yeah, Fierce Kittens, when people post a link into the chat, there you go, Hugo. That's a good one. So I'm guessing that's Princess Leia. In the slave Leia from Star Wars. I'll open that on the side here. Yeah, that is too racy. That, I think, is a good catch, Hugo. Maybe the name But when people post an image link so that folks know whether to open it or not, we'll bounce off of Azure and we'll show you, here's a description of what that image is. And you see the bot outputting a bird flying over a body of water. That sounds legit. Not quite. Swimming. But it's close enough. It's a bird. Oh my gosh. Cannonball Run 2. Burt Reynolds wearing a uniform, standing in front of a building. Yeah, look at that. Oh, Burt. We miss you. He was tremendous. Woo! Yeah, big woo for Burt. Oh, here we go. Close-up of a bird. It says for now Fierce Kittens is going to start testing me. Yep, that's a bird. That's a bird. There you go. It might be. There's a coffee mug from .commie. Now see, that's borderline racy. Okay. I get it. Can somebody get Fierce Kittens a link to that cup? And if we see her using it on stream, you know. So this is kind of some of the fun that you can have with the Azure Image Detection Service. It's just a REST endpoint. You can package up your image. In this case, I'm actually sending the URL and bouncing off of that service and getting information coming back. You're right, M. Holloway. I didn't mark my project. Working on the Fritz bot to automatically detect images and web pages. There we go. And it's repeated twice because there's two bots running. There's one in debug mode and there's another one that's running in production to give me the numbers here on stream. Yeah, the bot's echoing a little bit. You're right, Animated Slinky. A man and a woman taking a selfie. Oh, snap. So this leads... So thank you for saying, oh, snap, actually, M. Holloway. You reminded me of something here. Yeah, wow. I think when we do this image detection check up here... So right now, and Fierce Kittens is going to smack me. I'm using a regex to determine, is this an image that we want to go and inspect? I think besides just a regex, we should check if it's coming from, that place. Instagram. Yeah, that place. A yellow fire hydrant sitting in the grass. Well, that doesn't sound right. Bobby, what do you got for me here? That is not a yellow fire hydrant. That is the dirtiest picture I've ever seen. See what I did there? See what I did there?
Shut up!
Sorry. Anyways. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. White list of domains. Yeah, Hugo, I think you're right. A white list of things that say, you know what, we're going to go and look at this anyway. You're going to build a chatbot starting around using this. Project URL preview. There you go. It did the URL lookup there. So the linked page title is showing Cognitive Services Labs. Yes, that's exactly. There you go. Close-up of a car. So, right, this is a way, and I know there are folks that completely block URLs from being shared, but this is a way for me to say, you know what, let the machine figure out if these things are legit. Oh, okay. So that's too racy for the chat room. You're going to stream snipe me, Mr. Short Shorts? Bring it. Kidding. Should the bot remove the image if it's too racy or send to mods? Those are some really good questions, Hugo. Really good questions. That made you laugh, Mr. Short Shorts? Let me tell you something. Hang on.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Okay. He-Man is too racy. I can kind of buy that too. I'm not too bad with that. Okay. So the bot didn't pick up your last image from Johan. No, it didn't. What if the connection to Azure is down or the service is unavailable? These are all good what if questions. And you know what? Here's the thing. I think because, right, so if we back up and think about this, the bot and this command can actually be structured and set up to, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, to do the thing. To behave as for a unit test. So I thought we started. I did. I have a image command test down here, and I think these are. Yeah, here we go. Contains URL. So this is how we tested our regular expression, and might be why my parents never got me the He-Man figures. Well, maybe, maybe. I would say send to mods because we have already seen the recognition isn't 100%, so removing the link might not be fair to the user. Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. A close-up of a toy. Oh, is that Optimus Prime? Yeah. Okay. That's trolling, Mr. Short Shorts. And the good thing is, folks can't click on that and they can't see it. Yeah. And I get what you're trying to accomplish with that, but it's a little bit out of bounds for what we're trying to accomplish. A cat with its mouth open, right? It could become a bit of a burden. Well, so today we're testing this, and literally folks are trying to have fun and play with the image descriptor, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. What's this one from the Simian? That's too racy. What was that one? Yeah, that one is a little bit racy. So that one's a picture of it looks like a cake that's shaped like a woman's brassiere. Yeah. It is. It's really cool technology. And this is freely available. You can run, I forget how many hundreds of requests against it free on Azure. So this is when I think about interacting with bots and trying to automate things. And I've done some work to kind of automate things for our friend Quiltoni's chat room. This kind of thing, in the same spirit as to what Fierce Kittens was doing, trying to track down a troll and create logs of information. This kind of thing is going to help the bot identify things that aren't welcome in our community and flag them for further evaluation. And I think removing the links that shouldn't be displayed is a good idea. Hey, Alka, welcome. Love the Overwatch League 2019 badge there. Very cool. I'm a big fan of Overwatch League. Rooting for my Philadelphia Fusion. It picked up Om Ganesh's image, but it didn't think it was a link. Yeah, that's interesting. What did .commie have for us? Text on a black background. Oh, don't give me that. Oh, no, we've got a Houston Outlaws fan here, friends. I don't know. Houston Outlaws.
Shame.
Just kidding. I love seeing all the folks that are fans of the different teams. Spitfire, the London Spitfire. They whooped my team in the finals last year. If this is even possible, bots should process links before they're displayed in the chat room. Yes, I can agree with that. But I don't think it's feasible because it's picking it up from IRC. So it's actually going to get it first. So this is skipping because it's an Azure test. But it's actually going to a picture of a guitar, and we're trying to make sure it says it's a guitar. And I can force this test to run. But I should be able to go through and run some other tests against this. Yeah, I've seen it not pick up hash marks and stars. I've also seen it not work with exclamation points in the middle of it. Kelvin Duels says didn't pick up your link. Where's your link? So Kelvin, your link It only detects the link if it has a .png or a .image. Let me show you what it uses to detect that. And that's actually, Kelvin, you may have a good thing here that we should take another look at for a little bit of a whitelist. And I want to get some feedback from the chat room. It only picks it up if it ends with PNG, JPEG, these types of things. So that it doesn't, well, hang on. If it's an HTTP, blah, 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 and the fact that it had a question, no, it should have picked that up, actually. Right? Because it ended with .png, and then it had a question mark. So it should have picked that up, Kelvin. You're right. Looking at that. It does contain it. You're right. You need to further use the URL class to parse out the URL minus the query string. I think, are we doing that? Image URL is the value, return image check captures count. So here, let's do this. Let me grab, so Kelvin's got a good example one there. Let me just make sure, I'm going to open it here on the side to make sure that it's legit. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a picture of a weapon from a video game. That's fine. Right? So there's the image. That should be fine. It should go and detect and figure out what that is. Now, you're from Houston. Nah, that's cool. That's great. Welcome. Welcome, Alka. It's great to see you. So this is a good example for a little bit of how we want to test this further. And then I want to come back and also talk about putting in a whitelist for Instagram. Right, man brushing his teeth. There we go. So I'm going to go back up here to Kelvin Duel's URL, which had a question mark in it. And let's take a look and see if we can figure out why it's not picking that up. So it's passing that as the URL here. Well, the question is it even getting there? It should have passed here, right? Tell you what, let's go over to the test. And test location, test key, test guitar. The URL. Where's the URL? There it is. Let's add another one in here. Stop it. All right, I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to override here just to make it... where did I go? There it is. All right, there's my URL. Right, so that's what Kelvin gave us and why we're going to take a look here and see what it finds. And right now, this has a skip argument on the fact, right? This is how we define unit tests for our unit test service to go through and make sure things work. I'm going to put a break here, and this, we should be able to go into our unit test. I want to run Test Explorer. Come on, go find all my tests. There they are. So there's the image command, message test, and this is identifies guitar. I'm going to force this to run so that we can see what it returns here. And
then?
Hopefully I get a response. Build succeeded. Good. This is behind my head. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. You skipped even though I told you you must run. And that makes me sad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. Let's debug selected tests so it'll stop here for me. It's not working on transparent images. Oh, well, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Okay, so I told it to debug. There's a little thing in the corner here that looks like it's doing a thing. An invalid request URI was provided. The request URI must be an absolute URI or a base address must be set. Interesting. The plot thickens. All right, so let me let that go through so I can see the call stack. There it is. So this is HTTP client. when it's doing the execution and it's stopped, right? It's right here. I'm going to dock you over here. Thanks so much. That's really, really big. Hang on. Put you in there. That's better. All right. So where was it? There. So it was posting to the Azure URI, whatever content. Yeah, it's not detecting it. I'm investigating the URL here. It should work with transparent images. It should. Let's take a look-see. So I'm going to put a break here so we can see what's going on when that comes through. Debug one more time. So we've identified that it's throwing an error for that image. Let's see what happens. Build succeeded. Yeah, of course it did. I wrote it. Here we go. Come on.
Do it!
Get there. Let's go.
Do it live!
We want to see it. All right, so our URI here. Show me the URI. Hello? Test location. Well, that's not going to work. That might explain it. That Azure URL should be, right, something off of the cognitive services deal. And now I feel shame. Okay. Not that URL. And then do the thing. That's what I should be doing. Hey, Luckier Sage, good to see you. Shoot. That URL. Hang on. I shouldn't do myself. There we go. That's better. Okay. Vision API base URL. That is the URL I should be using. Here. So Azure URL, what's being passed in is here on the construction of the command. So where is it? New image descriptor command this. Oh, and it doesn't have the test key. Oh, so I can't run against it without punching my key in there. And I don't want to show my key because that's a problem. How do we do this without doxing myself again? Here's what I'm going to do. Hiding things here. Public const string my API key equals, and I'll put that in there along with, let's put a carriage return there. All right, and change this to my API key. Now, why isn't it? Oh, I'm outside the class. My bad. All right, so it finds that. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to come back over here. Hello. And I'm going to grab my real API key out of my secrets. Too many secrets. There's my Vision API key. And I'm going to paste it into that field. And hopefully I don't dox myself. Because I do that. And it's annoying. All right. So now as long as I don't mouse over my API key, we'll figure it out. So let's go back to the test explorer. Let's run this test again. Run. I'm just going to let it run and see what it comes up with. Let it fly. Why am I keeping secrets? Because bad requests. All right, we're getting closer. So now I'll debug. You would not be able to resist mousing over my API key. Nope. Nope. And this is why I don't have live share turned on today. So the URI it's going to... There's nothing there. That's correct. Request parameters. That's correct. Yeah. And then I can't mouse over content, otherwise that'll show my key. Johan, thanks so much for that.
Debugging is fun, but I got to go for a bit.
Alrighty, take care. Take care. I'm going to make sure I put that over here. And then when I get through here, I'm going to punch in all these cheers real quick. So it's giving me a 400 bad request from the service. That's interesting, right? That's very interesting. So it gave me a 400 bad request here when it's trying to work that out. So here, this comes back to the question that came earlier. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't. All right, hang on. Let me open the immediate window. I'm going to pull it over here to another. I'm also going to grab the output window. Yes, you output window. I'm talking to you. And I will dock it with my immediate window over here. I am going to wait till it breaks there, and I will take a look. And if there's something that I can share, I will. I'm willing to bet there is something I can share. I'm willing to bet there's a thing going on there. Come on!
Do it!
Get there! developers.dev/elopers. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, where did my immediate window go? All right, so I'm going to pull the immediate window out over here so that I can take a look. So API response, when I look at that object, here we go. Content headers. Is success status code false? Bad request. It's just a bad request message. It doesn't tell me why. It does tell me that subscription key in the middle of it. Ooh. Interesting. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a try catch around this. Okay. And I'm going to tell the bot to send a message unable to inspect the image. Now there's going to be a question of, see, it didn't indent these. Those should be indented. Right, and we should await that. And then return. Yeah, why isn't it indenting? Check the body JSON for validity. Oh, you know what? Yeah, if that image URL being passed in escapes the quote. Right? Message test. Yeah. Now, it doesn't have a quote in it. I don't see anything that would cause it to not work. But this does make me think here, when I'm building this JSON on the fly, this body of this JSON, I should actually make that, I should actually serialize that on the fly. URL encode the image URL. Recommends Karsten Pet. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. HTML utility. Come on, give me the thing. There it is. URL encode. Let's see if that helps. Thank you. Save, and I will rerun this. And I also think we should have some sort of a configurable option that says, if we weren't able to inspect the image, should we remove that URL? I think that's going to be the right thing to do here. Unable to inspect the image. Yeah. Doesn't like it. That's interesting. Let me put a catch on that. Debug. And take a look at exactly what that error is it's throwing. Come on. Come on.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
There it is. All right, let's take a look-see. Where's that immediate window? There it is over here. All right. And I'm looking at API response over here. It just says bad request. Yeah. That Azure URL that's being passed in is that. It should work. You're not specifying a value for the a variable for the exception. No, I'm not. Nope. Nope, nope. I'm not. I don't care about it. All right. I don't want to mess around with this any too much further. But I think Azure URL, Azure key. Let me go back over to that test just to make sure I don't. So this, I'm going to remove that. Change this back to URL. Change this to test location. Test key. And remove that. All right. Oops. That's better. Okay. I'll leave it to someone else if they want to come through and try and help out with this. We're also not using a passed-in HTTP client. We're creating our own. I feel like that should be created on our own. Try with var content JSON convert serialize object. Okay, sure. That seems like a much better way to do this. JSON convert dot serialize object, and then it's going to be a new URL equals image URL. Come here, you. End the brace. End the paren. There we go. And that should run through nicely. I'll go back. Where did my message command go? Test? Yeah, there it is. Rambling Geek. I don't mind talking about other streams in test. Not a problem. Nope. Not on my stream. I'm okay with it. As long as you don't tell people, hey, stop watching Fritz. Go watch this other stream over here. I'm okay with it. It's not going to undelete that stuff. Let's give this a shot, just see how it runs with some folks passing messages here in chat. And then we can look at adding some additional features, deciding whether to censor some of those links. That was for later, not now. I saw the message and I thought it was fine. Want to make sure that you heard it from me directly. There we go. Mia Zapan, yes, I agree. That client should probably no, actually not static. We want to make sure that it's properly disposed of and handled. We're inside of ASP.NET. We can actually let it, shared. We can actually let it manage that for us. So let's somebody give me another image there. I'm going to grab Janescu's last image. And paste that back in. Close-up of text on a black background. All right. So that looks like it's working. Let's turn this off for a second. Sorry about that. I'm going to configure this to accept. There we go. That's good. Good. HTTP client factory, and I'll call this client factory. And let's. So it creates a client. Yeah, let's save a copy of that. Client factory equals client factory. And I'll create that field. So then down here, when I need the actual client here, I will say client factory, create client, and then let's call this image descriptor. Now what I'll do is I'll take this. Ooh. Thinking out loud. I can change the URI is this plus that. Nope. Hey, good morning, Code Pagoda and Code Air. I'm going to take this and add this as another client into my startup. So my startup has these startup services here. Start configure services. Add HTTP client. I've got a bunch of these. I'm going to add a new one called image descriptor. So now it knows to manage one specific for that. And if I go back to the image descriptor command, I could wrap a big old using statement around this also. You know what I mean? After it gets the response, right, I could dispose of it there. Right, if I did something like this, and then down there. Now, why didn't it indent everything? And that should work a little bit. I don't have a lurk. How does one become a member of the Live Coders group? Drop me a line. Send me your information on Twitter, direct message, and we'll talk about it. We'll take a look. We want to make sure that folks that are affiliates, Twitch affiliates, folks that are educational, outgoing, have a positive environment, will take a look. And we'll also want to make sure that you're streaming regularly. If that's the case, we'll bring you in. We will encourage folks all the time and twice on Sunday. So the result is a string. Let's... No. Put this up here. Outside my using statement, string result equals string.empty. Bob Tabor!
Have a great weekend, Fritz and company.
Thank you so much for that very kind cheer. Oh my gosh. You know what? I haven't been copying in our cheers. I'm going to do that right now. Thank you very, very much, Bob. Oh my gosh. And I am going to be reaching out to you, I promise. I'm going to be reaching out to you, and I definitely want to see what we can do to work together on doing a stream here. I think it'll be tremendous. Yeah, absolutely. Some fine cheers for our friend Bob Tabor there. The Michael. Oh man, I can't type. And today is today's the 1st. What do we got here? 300 on Electric Havoc. 3. I really do need to teach the bot how to do this. 300 from our friend DevLead. At least I have the snippet, right? From our friend Brendan Satram. Thank you very much, everybody, for those very kind cheers. And we'll make donations to Black Girls Code. 642. I'm not sure why 642. That's a funny looking number, but okay. From Carrie, and then 500 from Robertables. Johan. And then, thank you so much. That is tremendous. There we go. Now, why am I getting a under... use var. No, I need to here. Oh, no. I can do that. So then it's receiving it, and we're still in scope. All right, I think we're better. What kind of algorithm am I using for sentiment analysis, and what's the data set? Asks, there will be memes. Haha, there will be memes. Nice. I like what you're doing there. I'm using Azure's cognitive services and their default sentiment analysis capabilities. I haven't tuned it or anything or trained it yet. See, and that certainty should not have appeared there. It is an impetus to get into a regular stream schedule. Yes, we want to make sure that folks that are in the Live Coders community are folks that you can tune into regularly and find out there. All right, can we post some images there that we can test and make sure that it's still working with our new configuration? You dropped me a DM on Twitter. Fantastic. Man in a green shirt. Person with a collared shirt. There we go. Unable to inspect this image. This one came in on which URL? That's the Mona Lisa picture. Interesting. Right, so the exception that we got there, right? If I go to my window over here, I'm looking at my exception. What? API response. Let me take a look at the response. Bad request. Okay, so it didn't like the format of that request on the Mona Lisa URL. That's like a special view within the Wikipedia page. Note the hash. Yes, you're right. Isn't content type image, it's an HTML page. Yeah. Okay. Wow, good catch, Karsten. Good catch. Points to Karsten Pet out there. So maybe, in addition, when we look at our can execute, so let's take a look at that. Where'd can execute go? Here we are. Not just URL check match, but we also need to check to make sure that there's no hash in there. And so, well, let it go through that. Let's say image check dot. No, I thought can I say contains? No, not image check. Image URL. That it doesn't contain that. And we've got entries on it. What do you think? It has an image extension, so it throws it off. Yes. Pulling the image with wget gets an HTML page. There you go. There you go. SMAB is on track. There's magic to being able to do wget. I don't understand it, but it's magical and amazing. Yeah. Okay. So that'll help filter it a little bit. I also think not only the URL check, if we want to whitelist something, thank you, Frank. If we want to whitelist something like Instagram, right? If it's an Instagram URL for an image, what do the Instagram image URLs look like? Can somebody give us an Instagram URL in the chat room that we can test with? Figure out how we want to structure. Maybe I don't know if we want to enhance the regular expression or if we want to just put an if, like if contains, or I thought Twitch already had a whitelist. No. Twitch will just flat block URLs. You can just say don't allow URLs. I want to allow URLs, and and inspect and let the bot help us out. Oh my gosh. Karsten, woo. That's a long URL. So blacklist, not whitelist. Yeah, it's completely blacklist. Okay. So here's all right. Ooh boy. Suggested earlier, maybe we check the type of the content being pulled when we first check the page title for an image type. Which comes first, title page check or image check? Let me go back. Where's the bot? Here. For each. I thought the title check came first. So we actually have a priority order for these. Right, if you look at image descriptor command, right, this has an order of 10, and the title check has an order of 20. So it actually should be doing the image first. That doesn't make sense. Right? Hang on. Let me put a break right there. There. Right, where's it loading up extended commands? Right? So if I F12 on this, there's where it is. I'm going to shift F12 and figure out where get services order by command.order to array. So it should be sorting it ascending right there when it gets the list of commands. Let's give this a shot and see what's going on in there. What Frank shared is more typical. What did Frank share? Yes, that is a much more typical Instagram link. Yeah. The CDN link I don't expect folks to navigate to. Can I chain the commands together? Yes. That's actually one of the design goals that we had when we first put that together. If you do want a link to an IG post or the full CDN, I think we want the Instagram post is where we want it to go. Right, so if I take Frank's last one there, right, so here it is. It's looking at the list of extended commands. And if we open that up, here's the order. Azure Q&A, hyperlink. Okay, hyperlink, then image descriptor, and then page title. So page title is last. So if we look at the image descriptor, we would have to get the URL that was passed in and check the type. Yeah, the share button. That's a good rule of thumb there, folks. I like what you have there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. So it is properly hitting the image first. Where'd it go? And the hyperlink. What's the difference between the hyperlink? I think these are the same. I might be doing too much. let me go back to the image descriptor. So the check is going to be, it's going to be, do I go out and fetch and determine the content type? Another check for can execute would be doing an HTTP head on the URL and checking the content type. Yeah. Yeah. So if I do, all right, so if I do the matches first all the way through here, then if I do a fetch, so I'm going to need to do, say, using var client equals, well, let's do this. I'm going to get a little and valid image type. And I'm going to pass image URL into this thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method here. Valid image type string URL. Ah, come on. Equals, yeah, I was right. Client factory dot create client image descriptor. So this is a private method inside of here. Yeah, I know, not all. So you don't kill your bandwidth or end up on a list from requests from your computer. Oh, as an Azure function. Eventually. That's not a bad idea. Eventually. And, all right, so it's got the client. So now I can say client dot get async, right? Which means this needs to be a async task. Is that going to work? It's not going to like it. Can execute is not awaitable. So I can't. Oh boy. I'm going to need to get awaiter, get result. That'll work now. All right. Client get async. Yeah, I need to give you a thing. I know. So we're going to await that, and we're going to get asynchronously the URL. Try response dot ensure status code. If there is an exception, because we can't get it. All right, why don't you like that? Oh. There we go. If we can't get it, return false. It's not a valid image type. Otherwise, if we do get it, why is this formatting so poorly? I've got a bad feeling about this, friends. Bad feeling. If it can't find it, that'll be extremely so. You'll download the whole page. You only need the content type. How do I get just the content type? It's going to get just the HTML. Oh, you want me to do just the head? Not the completion option. I don't want to do a get then. Send, right? Isn't that it? Where I can specify a little bit more about my request. Ugh, I'm going to need to formulate a whole request. All right, fine. New HTTP, what was it again? Request message. Method equals, method is an HTTP method. head. The request URI is the URL that was passed in. Now, does that need to be a URI? Sure does. And I feel like this needs to be here. Because, oh, down one more. Because I don't care. If the URI is not a valid URI, it should bomb out anyway. Response quiet, client send async the request. I don't have a cancellation token, so I will say cancellation token. You make me sad. You make me sad. Not cancellation token. None. I'm not typing too well. What's the deal? All right. Catch return false. Return true. All right. So the response is going to come back and ensure status code. It was so down. It happens. Okay, so the response is an HTTP message response. Let's declare that outside here. Right? Response message. That one. So then I can delete this. So now it's available to me outside of here. So now I'm going to return response dot, not content. Headers dot, where is it? I thought content type was here. Right? Isn't content type one of these? No. Check the content type exactly, but I need to find it. So I'm going to need to say get values content dash type. That's probably going to be case sensitive, and that'll get me an IEnumerable of string. Hey. Yeah. H for header value. Any. Right. H equals. Starts with. Right. Image slash. Yeah, now why doesn't it like the any? Need my using link statement. Cool. So now it's going to go get the headers from that location and check to see if the content type starts with images. That's pretty cool. Response content headers content type. I thought content headers. Now. You're right. Hang on. Response, content, headers, which should have routed to the same thing. And there's content type. Son of a gun. Media type. I like the other way I had it. That is Y2. Yeah, I wonder about that. I'm going to go with the other way that I had it. Checking and then getting rid of that. That should find it, right? To lower invariant, just to make sure there isn't anything funny going on there. With that. Cool. I think that works. And then this also, right, we need to put a little bit of handling in here to navigate Instagram, right? Where did I get my hat? I got this hat from the folks at Xamarin University at Microsoft Build 2018. There is cool emotes making. Xamarin University. Yeah. All right, let's give this a shot, and I'm going to put a break here so we can check this out and make sure this is responding properly. What do we got? Come on. All right, so there it's running. So can we get some images from the chat room, please? Pretty please. And then I think we're going to wrap up in just a little bit here. Discord has cool emotes. Yes. All right. Oh, there's the Mona Lisa one again. Okay, here we go. I don't need that breakpoint. All right. So here's the URL, Leonardo da Vinci, and it has the hash in it, right? Oh, wait, that one does not. Okay. So let's step into this one. So it's going to go to that location for the thumbnail and get the head. All right. Ensure status code. So now it's going to check the content type. So let me look at the headers collection. Headers. Results view. Please. Por favor. Oh, come on. Okay, I don't see content type. It's not in there. That's interesting. Right? It gave me a connection. It gave me accept. Right? I don't... No, you can't see it. Let me do this. Pin that. Come here. So here's the list, and it's really small. My apologies. But content type isn't in there. So what about content headers, content type? So let me hit the immediate window. All right. And if I go response.content headers, content type, media type, image JPEG. So that found it. It's not in this list of headers. That's wild. So looking at response.headers, right? Right, so there's the response. Right? There's content type. Why didn't it find it? Excuse me. That's fine. Known expected headers are in content headers, blah. All others are in response headers. Ah. Uh-huh. All right, so let's go back. Here. Response.content. Headers. So then if we say content type, media type, image. Right? To lower invariant. So I'm going to put the breakpoint there, remove that one, give this another shot. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. Bot's open. So let's take a look at that Mona Lisa again. And I think that'll wrap up what we're trying to accomplish. And I'll feel good about it, let me tell you. So I'm going to grab Hugo's link for the Mona Lisa, paste that back in. Here it comes. Content, headers, content type, image JPEG. The media type is image/JPEG. So I want to say starts with, not just too low or invariant, but starts with. So if I say starts with image / we should find it. And then we'll have this additional check on whether or not to bring these things back. Makes it a little bit smarter, and I think we'll be in a better place. But still not quite there. But to me, the Cadillac is going to be... What other properties do we have on content type? Let's take a look-see. So there's content type. Media type, image, JPEG. Parameters, no. If I go over to headers, right, there's the content type, image, JPEG. There's nothing else here. So, and the content length is almost a meg. So this, the media type, image/JPEG, that should come back true. And now it's going to go execute. And then it should tell me, fail. Index was outside the bounds of the array. Ooh. On the execute image descriptor command 142. Here. Right there. Interesting. So let's put a break there. Let's see if we can run that for the Mona Lisa again. Hang on. Why does a head request have content? It's telling us the content that's coming if we requested the full get. Here we go. Vision description. Description. Captions. There's no captions. There's no captions. It's a JPEG that's 1908 by 1280. But there's no captions. Person, book, sitting man, holding woman, water. Telling us the colors, the categories. People. Okay, it's telling us that it's a person. It's not a landmark. Let's look at the vision description here. Let's dig a little bit. It's not adult, but it's not giving me a caption of what it is. Right? Say it there. The caption is 0. That's interesting, right? I mean, that feels like, how do I report? I don't know what this is. I mean, I think we need to include that in some sort of an error message, right? If captions dot, come on, isn't there a property? There it is. Length equals 0. Unable to assign a caption to this image, to the image submitted by right, and then I have who that person is, right? Don't I have their name here somewhere? Username. There it is. Fantastic. So now I'm handling it. Couldn't tell what it is, but here's what I found. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Here. So let's say no caption for. But it is, and then if I throw a category in there, vision description, right? It was in, or was it metadata? No, that was about the information about the size of it. single quotes around that. Right? Why doesn't it like that? We need to know wait. Let's test that one more time. Using that picture. That's what user testing is all about. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Smab. All right, here it comes. Do-do-do-do. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Okay. Looks good. I'm going to put that Mona Lisa image in again. Here it is. By C# Fritz. Vision description. Categories. Oh, you know what? Categories has a little bit here. I want to grab the name off of it. Name. Yeah. Good. I should also make sure it has a category, shouldn't I? Dot length greater than 0. Then it'll do that. And then I should return. Don't proceed any further. Day 1 of March, we've already had a few thousand bits dropped in that jar. Absolutely. Michael Jolly, we have. Possibly a string join. Okay. That's a good idea, Hugo. I like that idea. String join. Yeah. Right. Categories. And I want to select the category name. And wrap that string join. Now, why doesn't it like name? Yes, it does. You're kidding, right? Okay. Now, why doesn't it like that one? Too many characters in the character literal. Fine. Be that way. Are you currently making a GET request or a head request to determine the content? We're making a head request, yes. What's Drew Codes? It says the stream is not property of my employer. Who do you work for? Yes, I work for Microsoft. That's right. All right. One more time. I'm going to let this fly. And I want to get you, chat room, submitting some images for this to tell us all about. There we go. Here comes the bot. It's online. There we go. And it's going to tell us now, no caption for the image, but it is people. That's not bad. I like it. I like it. Close-up of text on a white background from Fletcher. What do we got? What's that one? So it's a comic. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah. It's text on a white background. I'm all right with that. When I consume quickly, I sense pleasure. I feel, but also, yeah, brain freezes. Ship it. I agree. What do we got for Herps Derps? Herps Derps. A necklace with a piece of paper. And that's actually... That's not right. And what do we have for Cars Tempet? Close-up of a colorful wall. It's colorful. It's not a wall. But, right, that's a fractal. No. Sorry, we don't know what that is. No. .commie. Sorry. We wasn't able to figure out what that is. I'm sorry. .commie. we do not put up pictures of Dallas Cowboys on this channel. What are you thinking? Ugh. 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 No Dallas Cowboys here, I tell you. It says a group of people posing for a photo. That is a group of people. That should have triggered a little bit of racy. Should have. Bunch of food on a table. Yeah, bunch of food. Okay. It's not a table, but that's not too bad. So content read as string async would return string empty. Yes. Oh, thank you, Luxio. I'm glad you like the bot feature. So we're adding more artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to our bot so that it can take some of the pressure off of moderators when people post folks when people post links in the chat room. Let the moderators not have to worry about all of them. If there's something that we can recognize and say, oh, this, well, that's from a parade. That isn't really fruit, but it's meant to be food on a table. Evan, thanks so much for the follow. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Adult and racy, cat wearing a costume. The NHL All-Star Game. That's not a cat. That's Yuppie. We like Yuppie. He was the mascot for the Montreal Expos, and now for the Montreal Canadiens. The screenshot of a cell phone, close up of a sign, cat sitting on a white background. Zurge game, C# garbage. What garbage? Help me out here. Yeah, shame for the Expos. Jeffrey Loria. Yeah, Jeffrey Loria. There was one here I thought I saw. Huttony. Thanks for joining us, Huttony. Leslie David Baker. That's okay. So it recognized somebody and told us exactly who that is, right? If you, if we did Satya Nadella, right? There he is. Find a good picture of our friend Satya. So there's a picture. Sure. It's got all kinds of stuff there, and we paste that in. Does it say Satya Nadella? No, it just says a man wearing glasses. It does recognize some celebrities, right? Some folks, right? If we were to say, let's find an image. Who's a celebrity to find? Somebody famous. I better look for Beyonce for my friend Maria Nagaga. So there's a nice picture of Beyonce. No, you know what? Find a better picture of her. There we go. That's Beyonce. Right. So Elon Musk, there's another good one to find. A woman smiling for the camera. Wow. Oh, unable to inspect the image. Doesn't tell me who. So maybe we need to update that message here. Message redirect notice. Emoticons, YouTube. Red hack. Okay. Elon Musk holding a fish in the water from Luxio. There you go. Well, that one identified Elon Musk. Well, that's not a fish. It's definitely underwater, but that's not a fish. But it identified Elon Musk. So that's pretty good. Wayne Gretzky wearing a blue hat. That's not Wayne Gretzky. That's Yuppie. Okay, yeah, Wayne Gretzky wearing a blue hat. Christian Bale looking at the camera from Frank. That's pretty good. Wannabe fish. That's great. Yeah, okay, that's a cat. Why does it not recognize your link as an image? What'd you have for us, user 4712? Oh, because it didn't end with a .png or a dot. It didn't have an image extension. That's the first check that it's doing. So we still need to do those next steps to do other things. Swimming with the fish. Yeah. Person standing in front of a building from Alka. V for Vendetta 10th anniversary. That's not bad. It's a person standing in front of something that looks like a building. That's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's pretty accurate. I'm okay with that one. Okay. That one, Rick and Morty, that's not close. Person skiing on the snow. Not quite. But raciness adult content, pretty good. On Fire Kick 14, thanks so much for the follow. Person standing on the sidewalk. Dark Knight, Joker, bank robbery. Well, that's actually really good. Person standing on the sidewalk, yeah. Freddie Mercury, it recognized Freddie Mercury. Look at that one. Okay, yeah, Freddie and the rest of Brian May and the rest of Queen. Yeah, okay. But that's pretty good. I'm really happy. My gosh, this is pretty good. Now, Janescu, that's a pretty long URL. Black and silver phone. Clippy Bing images from Carrie Payette. So that's a linked page title. So look at that. It didn't it didn't return the image. It returned the title. The title command kicked in there. So that's pretty good. A man holding a baseball bat from Hugo. No? No. That is... Hang on. Stop the press. That is the greatest hockey goaltender that I've ever watched. That's Patrick Roy. He is amazing. Not a great coach, but goaltender, freaking phenomenal. And don't give me when he was in Denver. When he was in Montreal, it was the real deal. There's a... Oh my gosh, I think we're overwhelming how fast you're sending these in. There's Clippy. Did it give a response for Carrie? I think we're sending these in too fast. Bicycle, nope. All right. These are pretty good. John Mayer holding a guitar. Dude won the cup. He did. Yes, he carried that team. Patrick did. He was amazing. Instagram images didn't pass. Right. So, Frank, we need to figure out... I think that's a good next step that we can revisit with this. But I think we've been going on here for a little bit longer, about a half hour longer than I wanted to. I'm happy with where this is. Except for this one little bit here. Unable to inspect the image from... And then I want to put in the username who submitted that. And I think we also need to consider the idea of having a configuration. I think we need to consider a configuration option that says if we can't determine what the image is, remove it. And another option that says if I can't determine what it is, remove it and promote it to moderators to review and include. But I think, Hugo, we've made some very good progress. Now, I'm going to commit these changes and make them available in my GitHub repository here so that if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what we've built, Tocon002, thank you for the follow. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what we've worked on here, let me make sure message test has the right content before I commit it. Yep, it's gone. Good. If you're interested, you're welcome to take a look. If you want to help out, you want to send a pull request, that's great. You can do that too. Updated image descriptor to better detect images. Come on. It should have triggered my signature request from... And now I feel shame. Right? That should be running. Like this. Should be running as a service in the background. Come on. And now you really feel shame. What do we got? Oh my gosh. Git add? Where can I find the doc to include this kind of thing? It ignores Clippy just like people. What do you do to the source so I don't submit API keys? A couple different things. In the source, I'm getting... Yeah, GPG agent isn't running, and this isn't starting. I'm using something called secrets, user secrets. This comes as part of ASP.NET Core. And if I right-click on this, there are user secrets that are stored outside of my project in a different configuration file. It's a JSON file that's elsewhere on disk that this does not commit. And I have it in the same syntax as my application settings so that I can do things like say, I'm not typing here. I'm not keying in what these things are, right? There's my Vision API base URL. I'm not keying it in here and making that same mistake again, doxing myself. The user secrets overlay this. So I pass them in secondary. Where can you find a doc to include this kind of thing? Take a look at the Vision API for Azure. Azure Vision API. And this is what I'm using. Right, I'm doing the analyze request on this to analyze an image and return information about what it sees. It'll also return text, and I'm using that. I was using that in our oil tank vision project, right? But recognize celebrities and landmarks. It didn't recognize Satya for me. Anyways, so analyze video in real time. This is something that I want to get into. Where are the user secrets stored? They're stored in my user profile on disk outside of my project. But this isn't committing. Right? And this GPG agent isn't starting either. Yes! What do you got there? Git add. I don't need to git add. These are all modified. Git commit AM will commit anything that has been modified. So here, GPG agent dash dash. Yeah, daemon. And that should start and run in the background. But it's not. There it is, GPG agent. It didn't come back though. Try that again, and it's not bringing up my doodad. Stop. It's not here. Ah, come on. What do you mean? There it is. Now it's running. There we go. I typed that password wrong. I always type it wrong the first time. Fantastic. So that fixes that. There we go. You can download and you can check out everybody's always welcome to pull down the source code to these things if you want to learn more about it. That was the image descriptor command that you can work on. What? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I do share all the files in the GitHub repo. Sure do. What do you mean? What keys? Go ahead. The key's not there. I didn't include the key. Secrets in the region? Nope, I deleted it. I removed that region here at the bottom. There's the unit test. Oh gosh, the skip is out of it. I have to put that back in, but no worry on that one. Oh yeah, I completely ninja'd it. Boom. Now it's skipping the Azure test. Good. Alrighty. Yeah. Haha, I got it. Woohoo. Did I just see that our friend Brian Clark just started? Did I catch that right? Did I see that right over there? So we went through, we did a lot here with the image descriptor so that now when my bot is running, it will tell me appropriately what those images are that folks are putting into chat. Let me actually rebuild real quick here. Rebuild the image. This will be 192. So it's going to rebuild the image. It's going to make a Docker image available for me so that I can run this next time and the bot will be able to better respond to images in chat. Image links. And we'll go in and we'll do some more enhancing of this on Sunday when we come back. So that's going to finish building. It's going to package up, tag my sources, and deploy. Let's see who else from the team is out there streaming. Why does it say I'm currently hosting? I'm not hosting anybody right now. Ed Charbonneau is on. I want to see if our friend. Hang on. Yeah, I think we're going to raid Clark.io today. Brian Clark is always working with Visual Studio Code. He's doing some great stuff out there. Make sure you check him out. And you don't have to do anything to check him out. You can sit right there and click through. And if you're interested in checking out some of the other folks on the Live Coders team, there's a link down below. You can click that and see all the other great folks that are out there streaming. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. Let's head over and say hi to Brian. Thanks so very, very much, everybody, for joining us today. And we'll see you next time. Take care.